It's 24 days to the presidential and parliamentary elections. Hello and welcome to Election Brief with me, Emefa Akosia Adeti. Election Headquarters is brought to you by Potential Real Estates, your trusted partner in real estates. Petrosol Platinum Energy, Energizing Dreams, the Chartered Institute of Management's Accountants, and the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants, together as the Association of International Certified Professional Accountants. German Ozone Medical Center, Alternative Therapy, Dental, Wellness and Beauty, Chobox Technologies, a convenient service, and Youth Bridge Foundation, bridging the gap for positive youth development. We're live on DSTV channel 421, GoTV channel 125, all social media platforms, and around the world on myjoyonline.com. Please stay tuned. We begin here in the Ayawaso Central Constituency, where for voters, a robust economy, a stronger city, improved security, and better sanitation will drive their decision come December 7. In this constituency, both the NPP and the NDC are fiercely trying to outdo each other to sway voters to their sides. Carlos Kaloni has our constituency lenses from Ayawaso Central. Our host constituency here are SFs.
This is one of the constituencies that has remained loyal to the Elephant family since 1996. The NDC has never won this constituency. What are the issues on the heart of electorate here in the Ayawaso Central constituency?
If you could remember, during 2016, they campaigned about the economic issues. So it's same to go to what to vote against them out. Because now we are buying KK for here at Circle, 7 cities. The life is too much. Boss, if I have money on me and I'm experienced doom so, I can even buy a generator and buy in some fuel.
And the economy is very bad, as you can see. We are all in the system and we all know what is going on. You understand me? So we are going to vote based on the economy and the system.
At the moment as we speak, the system is hot, totally hot. Nobody can get 3 square meal a day to eat.
Somebody should prompt our vice president that we did not vote for him for what? Digitalization. Apps can't do anything for us. For now, what we need is food on the table.
As for me, I won't vote. Simply because I don't know the essence of going to vote.
Away from the street, what are the concerns of market women also here in the Malam Atta market?
They like to, they say they have brought another new this thing and it's running fast. So this year for the election, we want us to change the bill for us.
That free estate, me particular, I don't like it because it's more than we pay the school fees.
Leonardo MPP are buying dear, but sorry.
I also that I know there's no way NDC will even get 40%.
I'm surprised he's telling you that I can't get 40% of the vote. The first time I came, I contested as a candidate. I put almost 46%.
So these have been the concerns of constituents here in the Ayawaso Central constituency who are hinging their decision of vote on a number of issues from security to sanitation to the economy. Well, this has been your constituency lens with me, Carlos Kaloni.
Well, Constituency Lens airs on Joy News every Thursday at 8 p.m. Now moving in as well, Vice Presidential candidate for Movements for Change, Kwame Owusu-Danso Esquire, says the country's democracy is threatened by the conduct of parliamentarians whom he feels have been blinded by their political affiliation. The Apex Court on Tuesday, by a 5-2 majority decision, overturned Alban Bagman's declaration of 4 seats vacant, restoring the status quo in the House after weeks of uncertainty as to which side of the political divide constitutes the majority. As many call for cool heads to prevail in Parliament, Kwame Owusu-Danso says the posture of parliamentarians is problematic. Now he spoke to Faustina Safo on News Desk.
But democracy is being threatened. And we are sitting there unconcerned. We are so married to our political parties that we are blinded by the exigencies of now. Like the fact that, our democracy is being threatened. And we are sitting there, we are happy, we are supporting gleefully. It is terrible, to say the least. And you have young people in this country supporting this. All these septuagenarians and octogenarians who are making these decisions on our behalf will die in the next 5-10 years. They are gone. It will be left with you and I in this country to come and deal with the ramifications of their decisions by reason of their partisanship. That is a problem. And we must begin to put on our thinking caps as young people of this country. Why are we doing this to ourselves? Are we so partisan to the point where we will relegate patriotism to the background because of what we will get?
You feel what is happening in Parliament is purely political?
Absolutely. Because there are no independent-minded members of Parliament. All of them are married to their political ideologies. There is not a single one of them. Look, at the very least, they have this they create this veiled attempt of federating and advancing our democracy. Okay, but when you pierce the veil and you go behind this veiled attempt, you will notice that every single thing that they do is in the interest of their political parties. It is not in the interest, or it is not in the collective good of the Ghanaian people. That, for me, is a problem. And that problem has to be addressed. Look, we're going to have a second chamber of parliament. And we're going to make sure that it is an independent second chamber of parliament. First of all, we are going to create a government of national unity. So it does not matter whether you are MPP, CPP, KYZ. Insofar as you are patriotic, you think about the forward march of this country, we will bring you to come and work for Ghana. We're going to create a second chamber of parliament. All right? Which is going to be independent, is going to appoint the electoral commissioner, is going to appoint the IGP, is going to appoint the chief justice, the independent, second chamber of parliament, is going to appoint all those independent people who are supposed to manage the independent institutions we have in this country. And that is the way forward for this country.
Kwame Owusu-Danso, who touts himself as a representative of the younger generation in politics, says a future movement for change government will prioritize government creation or job creation and providing affordable housing to the youth.
First thing that confronts all of us, the youth, is job. And obviously, that translates to mean that if you don't have jobs, you don't have money. That's the second point. The third point is shelter. The fourth point is our educational system. And the fifth point is our inability to create an environment where young people will be able to, by themselves, create jobs for themselves. So these are the 5 critical points that confronts the young people of this country. And that is why right now everybody is trying to survive by doing all sorts of things just so they can earn an income to be able to take care of themselves and their immediate family members. So the first point, job creation. It is undoubted. There's no iota of doubt in my mind that if we had the right leadership, jobs would have been created. Osagyefo Kwame Nkrumah had only 7 years. What did he do within those periods? He created jobs. He had a Bosso glass factory, he had a tomato factory, he had a shoe factory. He had all these factories working to ensure that the young people at the time were given the opportunity to work. And once you work, you get money for yourself. Now, what we are going to do is to challenge the status quo, is to say that yes, we are at a point where our finances are not looking good, but we can look within to create opportunities for young people to be able to either establish businesses by themselves or for government to partner some foreign direct investors to create jobs for young people in this country. And I'm talking about, for instance, the immediate solution that we want to bring in addressing this, in my estimation, devastating issue of job creation is to create what we call the Traders Bank. Because for many of the young people who are in the informal sector, for instance, all they want is to buy and sell. They want to be able to trade, right? Now, how do we help them do that if they don't have finances? The very basic or fundamental issue that we deal with in terms of business building is finances. Now, we are going to create a Traders Bank that will enable young people who are interested in trade to access easy, simple funding so that they can start their own businesses.
Now, with just 24 days until Ghana's general elections, Ghana Journalists Association President Albert Dumfo has called on journalists to uphold accuracy and by rigorously fact-checking their reports to reduce misinformation and disinformation. Speaking at the opening of a fact-checking training for the journalists in Accra, organized in collaboration with the Spanish Embassy and Casa Africa. Mr. Jumfor emphasized the critical role of responsible fact-checking to ensure a fair and informed electoral process.
Fact-checking is very key, especially in the era of disinformation, misinformation, and malinformation. Especially at a time where digitization is taking the center stage in everything we are doing. And so for me, this training is really worth it. I want to also encourage my colleagues here and journalists here to take advantage of this training to enhance on their mental capabilities and their professional acumen. Professional development was on my radar before becoming the president. This is one of my visions, to make sure that at all time I develop the capacity or build the capacity of journalists. So this is one of the ways to build capacity of journalists, to develop journalists professionally. So it's one of the many trainings we have had. But what makes this one very unique is the fact that it is very close to election. 1, 2, it is coming at a time where we needed this topic most, especially on fact-checking. Fact-checking is an area is an area where the media has a bit of deficiency, a bit of weakness in, and so it is good at this time that the Spanish Embassy saw it necessary.
We're still on the Spanish Ambassador Angel Rosado Torre Covado urged the public to refrain from attacking the media, warning that such actions endanger press freedom.
Cooperation, a good conversation between our media, between the media of Spain, between our public diplomacy institutions and the media in Ghana. So it's to have this good conversation ongoing between the media here, which are very important in developing the reality of this country, and the embassy itself. No, so that's the way we try to foster a good relation between the embassy and the Ghanaian institutions, the press, the Ghanaian press and media, in a common work, in a common effort to make sure that freedom of speech and freedom in general is essential for everybody. So freedom of speech is essential, and attacks on freedom of speech are wrong, and they are dangerous for the freedom of the citizens. It's not just the speech, it's the citizens, because you cannot take good political decisions, good decisions in general, without a free press, a free information, a flow of information that it's plural and that it's free.
The 276th constituency tour by Nana Kwame Bediako's new force made a stop in the southern part of the Volta region. At a rally in Aflao, running mate Mariam Krista emphasized that the new force's mission is rooted in a belief in economic freedom and transformative change. She also underscored the force's value of equity, equality and empowerment, insisting these will guide the party's efforts to bring employment and prosperity to the Volta region. In Keta also, the new force leader Nana Kwame Bediako shared his vision of Africa's future, which he says is centered on the vital role of the sea. He said the ocean is not only a source of food, medicine and fuel, but also the primary pathway for trade.
Whether it's a plant for energy, whether it's a plane that is taking you to England, whether it's medicine, 7 seas that is giving you vitamins, whatever it is, it's in this water. The fishes that we're eating, the octopuses and all the seafood, is coming from the water. And everything that has ever come to this Africa, from China or America, I can guarantee you that it's only little that can come from the air. The rest, 90% of it, came on the water. So even the water is our gateway to the world, and for the world to access us, and for us to access the world. We, the new force, we intend to sell to the world by exporting half of the refined products that we're going to do ourselves, the processed products that we're going to do ourselves to the world. This is going to make Africa become some of the richest continent ever in history, because the world needs things from us, but we're refusing to refine, to industrialize, to manufacture and package what we have and put it back on the water and send it to them. I want to tell Ghanaians and I want to tell Africans, your road is not going to lead you to Spain. It's not going to lead you to England. Even if you try to drive from here to America or England, it's going to take you months, if you're not careful, years. If you put anything on the water, in the space of a couple of days, you will already be in England.
We'll go for a quick break. Election brief will be back shortly. Welcome back to Election Brief. Now, also presidential candidate of the New Patriotic Party, Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia, has vowed to be accountable for all his campaign promises if he is elected president of Ghana. According to the vice president, he is committed to transparency and accountability and will ensure his government is answerable to chiefs and the people of Ghana. Speaking at a stakeholder engagement in the Obuasi East constituency, Dr. Bawumia said that he is committed to delivering on his promises and he will work tirelessly to ensure that his government is transparent and accountable to the people.
Onko election bio media mo de mami anyame ado metimedi o mampenye fie wotwe enti efie nan do am gise mesamba ha abebu akonta akire mo ejuma amaye enya sa gise mesamba ha me baha so a mo bebi sami ya kwan no wa ya na ase wanye akwan a ehia no media obo ase de edamakoma so because it's a problem. We are getting so much resources from here for this country, but yakwai enye. I'm going Monfa kwai shemesa. Memfa stiano. Give me the responsibility to do this work for you. Monfa kwai shemesa. Let me work on your roads for you. Yebe mo kwai amamo. Me ba na mo akantre me se Dr. Bawumia mo nejuma. Twaso na ma twaso amamo. Mayamamo. Yabeye amamo. Yene mining companies no so yebekasa. Yene mining companies no yebekasa because we need more local content in the mining companies. Ejuma nipa omoafa. We need more people from the constituency, from the district, working in the mining companies here. Local content, no. We will open up the discussions with the mining companies so that Omubefa, Enipa, Wejuma, Eoha, Abeboyina, so Nananum, Monfastiano, and Mami, Nanani Amado, Monfastiano, and Mami, Monfastiano, and Mami, Nami Goye Jumano.
Well, that's the note. We still stay with the NPP, where its flag bearer, Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia, has promised to make miners in the country millionaires if he is elected president, pleading for responsible mining practices. Speaking at a rally in Obuasi West constituency, Dr. Bawumia said his government will provide the necessary support for miners, which will enable them to increase their production and improve their livelihoods. According to him, the next NPP government will, among several policy initiatives, establish a mineral development bank to enrich miners in the country as part of his plans to transform the mining sector. He, however, urged miners to ensure responsible mining practices, emphasizing the need to protect the environment and ensure the safety of mining communities. My colleague Nana Bwachiyadom has a wrap of day 8 of the campaign tour.
Day 8 of the Vice President's campaign tour of the Ashanti region. It's a 15-day tour across all 47 constituencies in the Ashanti region, and today happens to be the 8th day of the tour. The Vice President is visiting the Obuasi Enclave, he's visiting the Obuasi East constituency, Obuasi West constituency, Krofrom, and would be doing some meet and greet or a little bit of engagement with residents or community members in the Obuasi constituency. He has had had a stakeholders engagement or meeting wherever he goes. Where we are currently is where he's having his second stakeholders engagement with the people of Obuasi East constituency. Well, the Vice President in his engagement has been touting the achievement of the Akufo-Addo government, sharing his vision and mission. We all know that this constituency is well known for mining activities. Well, the Vice President has also touched on what he intends to do for the mining community and what he would be doing subsequently from now up until he's elected President of the Republic and even sworn in on the 7th of January.
Yeah, the common use of facilities, any gold catcher machines, bremo. The so miners, muhias, mudebeto ifidie. Enti Minerals Development Bank boa miners said mubenya loans etimiato equipment for mining. So Minerals Development.
We will introduce the common user facility and gold catcher machines to support miners. We will also establish Minerals Development Bank, just like the Agric Development Bank, to support miners. I am going to make you millionaires while you mine responsibly.
I'm going to make you millionaires. Millionaires. I'm going to make you millionaires. I'm going to make you millionaires. You will mine responsibly, not in the water bodies. We will make you millionaires. You will become small-scale miners, you will become medium-scale miners, and you will become large-scale miners.
He's done a lot of campaign at the NDC. He has a lot of message on the NDC, and he's gone to every single constituency, and Bawumia is winning. We don't need any prophet to give us a forecast. We know we are winning. We know we are winning, and we have won.
Thank you so much, and that is the Honorable UFRA. But also, I have the former majority leader, Osei Mensah, here with me. Leader, the campaign of the Vice President, this is day 8 of his campaign. How do you see the campaign so far?
It's going wonderfully well. Right. Wonderfully well.
Is this what you expected?
It's addressing issues. It's not attacking personalities. It's about what he's going to do for tomorrow. It's not living in the past. And so I believe that any Ghanaian who is looking at what is going to happen in future should be listening to him and what he has in store for Ghanaians.
Now onto the NDC camp. The National Democratic Congress says one of its initiatives, the Black Star Experience, if elected, will uplift Ghana's creative sector and position the country as a year-round tourist destination. Speaking during a meeting with creative arts professionals in the Ashanti region, NDC presidential candidate John Mahama said the program is dedicated to promoting tourism beyond the traditional December peak season. Now, he says the NDC is committed to advancing the Marine Drive project, which he says will transform Ghana's coastlines with cafes, art markets, and other attractions. Maxwell Agbagba has more in this report.
John Mahama's meeting with the creative arts industry brought together notable names from different parts of the country, especially the Ashanti region, to the Great Hall of the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. In his speech, John Mahama promised a second national theatre will be built in the region if the NDC wins power in December.
National Film Theatre, since China for boy you see Rollins Abreso, everything there is not been rehabilitated.
He said the National Theatre has not been rehabilitated since the Chinese helped us to build it during Rawlins's administration. A lot of things are in bad shape at the theatre. The curtains cannot be drawn, the stage is in bad shape, and so it's time for us to rehabilitate the building so it can help the creative industry. In our 2020 manifesto, we promised to build Ghana's second national theatre in Kumasi. That promise is still in our 2024 manifesto. So we'll fulfill that promise, and we're repeating that if we come into power, we'll build our second theatre in Kumasi. He said the National Theatre in Accra will also be renovated. John Mahama says the NDC will institute an initiative called the Black Star Experience. It aims to establish Ghana as the best tourism destination through a year-round celebration of the country's rich cultural heritage.
And so I don't see why we can't make budgetary allocation for the creative arts. And every year, Finance Minister or the kind budgeter, you be a special budgetary allocation for the creative arts. Now, you need paying for arts nasi near year allocation, capacity building. Then you person will put it under that budgetary allocation. To further bolster our creative industry, we'll support local content creation initiatives and ensure that our digital content creators, particularly our youth, have the resources to develop content that promotes Ghanaian culture.
Under the Black Star Experience, we will have the Pan-African Month featuring a variety of events. We'll host an annual film festival where we'll select the best films, showcase them, and award the filmmakers. We will also organize the African Music Festival, inviting African musicians to perform alongside some of our Ghanaian musicians. Additionally, we will introduce African Fashion Week to showcase our culture, and we'll hold food fairs so people can sample a variety of African cuisines. There's a lot we'll be doing under the Black Star Experience.
African Fashion Week. African fashion, you be fashion designers now, more design nice. You be food fairs. Caterers near there.
He says a future NDC government will prioritize the Marine Drive project to beautify Ghana's coastal line.
That'll be all for Election Brief today with me, Emefa Akosia Adeti. We'll, however, bring you many more stories in our subsequent bulletin. Many thanks for watching. Bye-bye.